I'm singing the blues and never want to push them around and tell them what to do. I have always been to news. Now I don't care any dudes. I don't want to tell them what to do. Oh, hi. I don't even know that song. Is that Drake? I, I just know a parody. Not parody as in equality, a parody as in making fun of shit. Oh, come on. It's Friday. Leave me alone. Gateway to the weekend. Welcome to Live and Learn. It's the Morning Gratitude Show where we take time to organize our minds, spirits, and souls and our psyches to tackle the day. Happy Friday. It's a cloudy, chilly morning here in Boston, Massachusetts. How about the multiverse? If you believe in such foolishness this is. I don't know. I struggle with the idea of multiverse sometimes. It's a cute, idea. It's nice. But really? So there's an infinitude of timelines and universes out there based on every single individual's moment-to-moment, second-to-second choice. Well, it's not like you're going to crowd infinity, but come on! It's a little selfish. The multiverse, it could be like one of the most narcissistic ideas out there. But still, explain Earth 2 Superman then, huh? Huh? That's right. Shut up. Happy Friday! It's Memorial Day weekend. It's the unofficial start of the summer season, which will officially start on June 20th, I believe, 19th or 20th, which will be the first day of summer, and that's just right around the corner. That's just less than a month away, 3 weeks away. I hope you're doing awesome. I've got like 2 thermal shirts on underneath this because I did not want to wear my storm jacket because it's gonna be about 15 degrees warmer when I'm coming home tonight. And who wants that? No, you want light mobile layers that you can stash into your knapsack, your man purse, your satchel. We've got things brewing on the horizon spiritually. I've got some content and a collaborator coming up with. I'm going to keep the details to myself until it's time to release something. But I've had. I have found another me out there, and we're going to collaborate. That's cool. And details will come when it's time to reveal the details. Until then, live and learn. That's right, the Morning Gratitude Show. And it's also a politically incorrect Friday, where we get together and I don't give a shit about the news or current events. I do, but I don't. Yeah. But let's start with gratitude first. I am grateful for my family, for my friends, for my faith, for my freedom, for my health, for my union job, a good night's sleep, a solid breakfast, the peace that comes from being a single man of my age, and my sobriety, however it turns out today. Its peaks and its valleys, its wins and losses, its ups and downs. It is a road, and it's one foot in front of the other. And it really is one day at a time. I'll tell you that much. I start off my day with a gratitude list, and this gratitude list has been the most helpful coping mechanism and tool in my toolbox of coping mechanisms. Eternally grateful to Gary Beekler of Neurotic, who suggested this very gratitude list to me. Yet he didn't give me a model or any instructions or directions, so I had to make it up myself. So I came up with the idea for the patented Sully Foundation method. Patent pending. No patent is pending. No, not legally. This is some jokey shit. But really, I came up with the foundation method in order to help me develop a mental, spiritual, and emotional muscle memory in order to have the strength to execute and carry through and follow through with this vision of including gratitude in my life. I've been doing this gratitude list for over 5 years now, and it's been amazing. It's had so much traction for me personally, and I just want to pay it forward. I smell a new evangelical sensation coming across the horizon. Things go in cycles and in ages. So we went from tent missions and and preachers, and that evolved into the radio, and then that had its age. Then that went into television, like in the 1980s, in America, and that had its age. What's the next? People are hungry for spiritual information. I'm not saying salvation or absolving of your sins. That's out of my my realm. I offer something different, something that comes from within, and a new evangelism that comes on the internet through YouTube. And I feel that we're going to replace our outrage culture with our fandom, with a better intended holistic spirituality that really helps people. It's a good place to put your energy and attention. I mean, I hear nothing about, young people have trouble dating. Oh, what about the older people? We have trouble dating too, seriously. And but maybe the younger people need a spiritual message. Maybe they need a common ground. Maybe they need to come to church and come to a church social and a mixer. And maybe, just maybe, you'll talk to that girl, or that boy's going to ask you out, or just, I don't know. I'm enthused. But yeah, we use gratitude here, and that's just, the foundation is just the beginning of my gratitude list. That's how I started off. And that's my personal structure. That's my, thing. And so I have a method. Maybe yours will differ. If it does, let me know in the comment section. I am grateful for a good night's sleep. I got some solid sleep last night. Not the best sleep in the world, but it'll do. Here comes the bus. Bus. Bus, 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 bus. Bus, 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 bus. Bus, bus, bus. Bus, bus, bus. Bus, 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 bus. Bus, 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 bus. Oh my gosh! My fucking new boxer briefs. I gained so much weight I had to get the new boxer briefs. Bus, bus, bus! Bus, bus, bus! Let's get on the bus! Yes! Bus. Awesome. Good morning. Are you always the tattoo? What did you come and do? Tell me what to do. Hi. Good morning. Oh boy. Here we are. On the bus. On the bus, on the way to work. First bus of the day. First subway of the day. Get to work. Me personally, I get to work at, have a 6 o'clock start time. I go to bed early. I wake up early.
Independence Avenue at Broadway Street.
Oh boy. How are you? Good. Sorry, I'm just like.
Broadway Street.
I had a good breakfast though. I had I make like a half French press of coffee. I don't want to drink too much coffee, because I have a commute.
stop requested.
Here comes our stop. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes our stop.
Birchnell Street. Quincy Adams Station.
Here we
Red
go.
line and bus connection.
It's alright. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. Alright. Yeah, Apolitically Incorrect Friday is something we've been doing here in the Live and Learn Gratitude Show since last year's presidential election cycle here in the United States. I used to have such a huge political acumen. I used to be interested, have an opinion, voraciously read the opinion editorial pages in the daily and Sunday papers, to listen to National Public Radio, to be knee deep in the conversation of what's going on and who are the movers and the shakers of society and culture and shaping the destiny of our nation and way of life. But you know what? I'm also a spiritual person. I've been, contaminated by the mind virus of Buddha and about his values of non-attachment. And so I kind of let go. I didn't give up, but I let go of my attachments to the results of all these actions. I've let go of my expectation to the result. I've let go of my anger. I've let go of, my hairline. I'm getting older. That's fine. The kid didn't wait for me with his elevator. I got a fucking kid. Just kidding. Don't care. Push him around and tell him what to do. And I've always been the fool. And do. Do. I don't. Let me know if you know what song that is. I have no idea. Oh, here we go. Happy Friday. Yeah, anything happen in the news this week? Anything? Huh? Anything happen in the news this week that, it's newsworthy? So President Biden was this little hollow shell with an alien living in his chest? President Trump grew horns and a tail overnight? I mean, jeez. I mean, what do you want me to say about that? Am I supposed to, 4:59 a.m. Ante-meridian. Jolly God. Coffee. Tea-pass. Invalid. Summon up. Foot him in a... So the first train will be here in about 14 minutes. Good morning. Buenos dias. Hello. Morning. It is too cold. So I'm not being disrespectful to my nation. I'm just going to keep my head, I don't want to catch a cold. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. All right, let us get it on. All right. Apolitically Incorrect Friday. That's just. Oh no! Am I getting lazy? I don't know. I mean, I definitely need to lose weight. I'm finding it difficult to run for the bus and the train now. And I'm like, yeah, I came up with I have gallows humor, a dark black humor, and so I'm like, I have a cardiologist. She prescribes to me my cholesterol statin, and I saw her after one heart scare. Like my Apple Watch was just a couple 3 years ago was going off like all night, seeing like your heart rate's over 140 and you haven't moved in 10 minutes. It's like something to worry, and it's never happened again. And to be honest, I haven't worn my Apple Watch in a while either. Gosh, I feel so foggy. And yeah, huh? You got distracted. I totally forgot where I was going with that. My cardiologist, yeah. But I'm like, I haven't checked in with her in a while. But I'm like, my black humor says, oh, yeah, she's probably thinking, don't worry, I'll see him again. He'll be back. You know what I mean? They're all return customers once you get that kind of diagnosis. And I don't want to take anything like Ozempic or anything like that. It doesn't sound quite natural, you know. But I need to portion my food. I need to watch what I eat, and I need to expend calories and have a caloric deficit. I need to melt my my store of belly fat to tap into that potential energy and expend it, you know, and literally melt that fat. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm kind of just dazing. Like, you know, I'm like, I'm okay. But yeah, I'm continually worried about, like, since my 3 vaxes, no boosters, but just the 3, you know, yeah, you gotta keep your job, right? Now you know, but that's my fate. That's my fate, right? I guess, you know, like, the Lord will bring us home when she wants to bring us home, you know? And that's that. But Apolitically Incorrect Friday, yeah, I mean, what's worth talking about? I mean, I'm not going to talk about the Middle East. I'm not going to talk about what's going on in Eastern Europe. It's out of my ken. It's out of my, you know, just, what I would like to do is, like, you know, call in sick and go home. But no, I'm like, I'm okay. I do worry about my health. I do. Well, I'm on it, and it's also it's simultaneously out of your control and in your control. You know what I mean? I just feel like really dazed right now. Well, not so much, but it's more of like, oh, but just like a little foggy headed. Boy. So let's move our body. Let's breathe in the fresh air. Let's circulate the blood. Let's enjoy these moments. Enjoy each other's company. Yeah, sorry for the lack of apolitically incorrect content this morning. I mean, I can hear the baby pigeons. They're growing up. It's amazing to see the baby pigeons growing up. You can definitely tell that those are adult pigeons. And then you can see like immature, like what I call teenage looking pigeons. And they're taking their first flight. And you can still hear their, the pigeon voices, the young pigeons.
The first random train departs at 6:05.
Boy. Yeah, I'm so apolitically incorrect right now that I mean, I watch shows like Trigonometry with Constantine Kissin and Francis Foster. That's like as political as I get these days. And they have a great spectrum of guests. And I watch them a hell of a lot more than Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan's shows are he's got like such a varied spectrum of guests that it's like not all of those guests appeal to me. So buttons, huh? Yeah, if I called in sick today, I would be ineligible to have my holiday pay on Monday. Now it would give me a 4-day weekend, but also I'm not like sick enough to call in sick. I'm just more of like, But I woke up this morning, I've done a couple more. I've added 2 more things to my routine, like physical health stuff. So I inflated my yoga ball, and so I do 2 stretches a day. In the shower, a hot shower when I get home, I do a full front fold where I don't lock my knees, but I keep my legs straight, and I bend over forward, and I grab my my toes, and I can lay my palms on the floor from there too. And that's good because that stretches your legs, your hamstrings, and your back, your lower back. And I have a physical job. I'm a chef, so and that took a few years to develop, and it took time and gentleness. A yoga block helped. A yoga block was really interesting. That helped me reach my goal without hurting myself. So I got a yoga ball, and you have to get them specific for your height. Remember that. Know how tall you are. Look online. There's always simple resources to be like, hey, I'm 5'9". I need this big of a yoga ball. Too big, too small, you might hurt yourself. So I do a yoga ball assisted back stretch where I sit on the yoga ball and I arch my back, and the yoga ball is under me while I my feet are on the ground and my hands are on the ground, and I do a back stretch, and so that helps with the Charlie horse that I got in my abdomen that I inherited from my grandfather. Because when I'm at work, I'll get this stitch in my side because I'm not hunched over. I make a conscious effort to keep my shoulders square, my head up in a way, but still it's like the repetitive motion. I get a Charlie horse sometimes, so that helps, and that's good for to stretch other muscles too. So I do basically 2 yoga poses a day, and then also I do just I stabilize myself on the yoga ball, and take my hand and just you grab your foot, and I stretch my thighs, and So I do a couple of different stretches a day. I also have a dumbbell, a variable dumbbell. The dumbbell goes between 5 and 55 pounds. And I do just curls, just like dumbbell curls. I got up to 35 pounds, and I've been like increasing it by 5 pounds a week kind of thing. But I don't do enough of them to generate muscle mass, or, you know what I mean? I don't see any developments yet in a way, and I've been doing it for several weeks. So it turned back down to 25, so now I'm doing 20 in the morning and then 20 at night instead of 10 and 10. And so so I got up to 35, almost 40. I brought it back down to 25. I'll do that for another week or two, put that up to 30, and it's just because it's like, to get 20 and 20. And slowly develop, some muscle mass in my arms and in my chest. And it's really important to have some muscle mass going into my next phase of life. I'm middle-aged, and, so I have to worry about bone density. I have to worry about muscle mass. I have to worry, health. I say it every morning on this gratitude list. I'm grateful for my health. I am grateful for my health. And I'm grateful for the wisdom that it takes to be aware that, hey, you might need help here. Call your doctor. Hey, you feel something going on? Well, talk to somebody. And I'm blessed and grateful for my union job, which I'm able to earn a great healthcare insurance, dental insurance. I went to my dentist this week. I get 4 cleanings a year, no copay. I get a really good, copay on like other stuff. Like I got more than a few porcelain crowns on my molars, and it looks so much better than those dingy, silver fillings I used to have. I'm very grateful and blessed for my dentist. I really am. And my mom was so happy about that too. Like, yep, went to the dentist, Ma. They're really happy with me. Because I got her smile, and it's one of our, the first things you notice about us is this big old O'Sullivan smile. And I still have all my teeth, and I'm blessed and grateful for that. I have no dentures, I have no partials, I've got no posts and no implants. I have cavities, or I had cavities there, but they're all taken care of. I had, some trouble with my gums, but I wasn't taking care of myself then. Now, I brush my teeth every morning. I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I shave my head with my electric shaver. This is my morning. I wake up, I roll out of bed, I'm already grateful for 10 things. I make my bed. There's no laundry scattered all over the floor. It's in the hamper or put away. I put on the kettle. I make a little breakfast. A solid breakfast. A little one, but a solid one. I have a little coffee. I do a couple of exercises. I wash my face. I shave. I go to the bathroom. Here comes the train. Now, please mind the yellow safety line. And here comes our train. We'll start wrapping up this program for your Happy Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in for this Live and Learn on this Friday morning. A little apolitically incorrect, not much. I can't care too much about politics right now. What's the use of having an opinion? I don't know. If I want to get into useless fights on the internet with people, I'll talk about Star Wars. Oh god, I had some Disney trolls up in my comments for like 3 days. They're so funny. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Before I start complaining about people. But God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Use your headphones. Fold up your electric scooter. The guy's taking up like 3 spaces, motherfucker. Oh man. But yeah. Thank you. All right. I'm blessed and grateful for you, anyone that tunes into this little show. And have a good weekend. It's a long weekend. Tune in tomorrow at Wes is Thinking Critical, 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern for comics aficionados. Have an action-packed, great show planned for you. We have Sunday. Holy shit. We have an action-packed. We have Sunday, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern at right here at Reverend Sully's channel, the Super Sully Sunday stream. And that's about it. Yeah. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Happy Friday. Welcome to your weekend. Hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. And leave a comment. Smash that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. All right. Have a good one. We'll see you. Bye.